Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's start with a question. What do you think sleep is for? If you said rest, you're not wrong, but you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. What if I told you that every night, while you're peacefully dreaming, your brain is actually one of the busiest construction and cleanup sites you could ever imagine? It's not just resting, it's actively rebuilding, repairing, and preparing you for the next day. Think of it less like a standby mode and more like a high-intensity, overnight repair and optimization cycle. Forgetting this is like owning a supercar but never taking it in for service. Eventually, things are going to break down. Stick with me, because today we're diving deep into the incredible science of how sleep literally rebuilds your brain, and why skipping it is one of the worst things you can do for your long-term health. So, what exactly is happening up there after you close your eyes? The star of the show is a fascinating process called the glymphatic system. Now, that might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's a very real and incredibly vital function. Imagine your brain is a bustling city. All day long, cars are driving, factories are running, and people are going about their business. This creates a lot of waste and metabolic byproducts. In your body, the lymphatic system acts as the waste disposal service, clearing out all that junk. But here's the catch. The brain is a high-security zone, protected by the blood-brain barrier. The normal lymphatic system can't get in. That's where the glymphatic system comes in. It's the brain's exclusive, highly specialized cleanup crew. And here's the most amazing part. This system kicks into high gear almost exclusively when you are in deep sleep. During the day, it's operating at a tiny fraction of its capacity. But when you enter those deep, restorative stages of sleep, something incredible happens. Your brain cells actually shrink by up to 60%, widening the spaces between them. This allows cerebrospinal fluid to flow through your brain tissue much more freely, like a power washer flushing out all the toxic proteins and metabolic waste that have accumulated during your waking hours. One of the most critical toxins it clears out is beta amyloid, a protein that's strongly linked to the development of Alzheimer's disease. When this gunk builds up, it forms sticky plaques that disrupt communication between brain cells, leading to cognitive decline. So, every night of good sleep is literally a deep clean for your brain, protecting it from long-term damage. But the brain's nightly work doesn't stop at just cleaning. It's also a master archivist and editor. Think about everything you learned and experienced today. A new fact, a skill you practiced, a conversation you had. All of that information is initially stored in a temporary holding area of your brain, kind of like the RAM in a computer. It's fragile and easily forgotten. During sleep, particularly during deep sleep and REM cycles, your brain gets to work on a process called memory consolidation. It sifts through the day's experiences, deciding what's important enough to keep and what can be discarded. The important memories are then transferred from that temporary storage to your long-term memory cortex, where they become stable and much harder to forget. This is why pulling an all-nighter to study for an exam is often counterproductive. You might cram the information in, but without sleep to lock it in, you'll struggle to recall it when it matters most. Sleep is the save button for your memories. Furthermore, sleep is crucial for repairing and maintaining the very structure of your brain. Your neurons, the cells that transmit information, work incredibly hard all day. This activity can lead to minor wear and tear. During sleep, your brain ramps up the production of molecules that repair this neural damage. It strengthens the synaptic connections that are important and prunes away the ones that are weak or unused, making your neural network more efficient and resilient. It's like a road crew that comes out at night to patch potholes, reinforce bridges, and make sure the highways of your mind are smooth and clear for the morning commute. Without this nightly maintenance, the damage accumulates. Your thinking gets slower, your focus wavers, and your ability to learn new things plummets. In essence, a lack of sleep forces your brain to run on damaged, inefficient hardware. Now, you don't just have to take my word for it. The scientific evidence is overwhelming and, frankly, a little scary. A landmark study from Stanford Neuroscience, published in 2022, delivered a chilling statistic. Chronic sleep deprivation can raise your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by a staggering 60%. Let that sink in. By consistently not getting enough sleep, you are dramatically increasing the odds of developing a devastating neurodegenerative disease. This is because, as we discussed, without sufficient deep sleep, the glymphatic system can't effectively clear out that toxic beta-amyloid protein, allowing it to build up year after year. It's not just about extreme diseases, either. The Sleep Foundation, a leading authority on sleep science, consistently reinforces that getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night is directly linked to improved cognitive repair and function. This isn't just about feeling less tired. It's about measurable improvements in problem-solving, creativity, emotional regulation, and attention. When you're well rested, your brain is simply a better, more efficient machine. It can process information faster, make better decisions, and manage stress more effectively. Conversely, when you're sleep-deprived, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive functions like judgment and impulse control, is one of the first areas to suffer. This is why you might feel more irritable, impulsive, or emotionally volatile after a poor night's sleep. Your brain's command center is offline. So, the evidence is clear. The stakes are high. The question is, what can we actually do about it? Knowing sleep is important is one thing, but actually getting good, quality sleep in our busy, screen-filled lives is another challenge entirely. The good news is that you don't need expensive gadgets or complicated routines. The most powerful strategies are often the simplest, and they all revolve around one key concept: consistency. Your brain and body love routine. The single most effective thing you can do is to establish a consistent sleep schedule. This means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. I know, it's tempting to sleep in on Saturday, but that can throw off your internal body clock, or circadian rhythm, making it much harder to fall asleep on Sunday night and wake up for Monday morning. This creates a cycle of social jet lag that leaves you feeling groggy and out of sync. By keeping a regular schedule, you train your body to anticipate sleep, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Next, let's talk about the biggest enemy of modern sleep: screens. Our phones, tablets, computers, and TVs all emit blue light. This specific wavelength of light is particularly effective at tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime. It suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals to your body that it's time to wind down and go to sleep. So, my second rule for you is this: create a non-negotiable screen-free buffer of at least 1 hour before your intended bedtime. Put the phone away, turn off the TV, and close the laptop. Use this time to do something relaxing that signals to your brain that the day is over. Read a physical book, listen to calm music, do some light stretching, meditate, or take a warm bath. This wind-down ritual is incredibly powerful for preparing your mind and body for restorative sleep. Finally, let's optimize your sleep environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for sleep, and nothing else. The ideal temperature for sleep is surprisingly cool, generally between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius, or 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. A cooler body temperature is another key signal for your body to initiate sleep. Make sure your room is as dark as possible. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out any ambient light. And keep it quiet. If you live in a noisy area, consider using a white noise machine or earplugs to drown out disruptive sounds. Your bedroom should be a cool, dark, quiet cave. By controlling these environmental factors, you create the perfect conditions for your brain to begin its vital nightly work without interruption. Let's wrap this up with a thought. In our hustle culture society, we often wear sleep deprivation like a badge of honor. We brag about how little sleep we got, as if it's a sign of productivity and dedication. But the science tells a very different story. It tells us that sacrificing sleep isn't a shortcut to success. It's a fast track to burnout, cognitive decline, and long-term health problems. You can skip a meal, and your body will tap into its reserves. You might feel hungry, but you'll be okay. But when you skip sleep, you are skipping a fundamental, non-negotiable biological process. You're skipping the cleanup crew, the memory archivist, and the repair team. You are, in a very real sense, choosing to skip the maintenance that allows you to live a full, vibrant life. So please, start treating your sleep not as a luxury, but as the essential foundation of your mental and physical health. Your future self will thank you for it. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, please hit that like button. And consider subscribing for more deep dives into how to optimize your health and performance. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next video.